So lately there has been a lot of talk about Jada Pinkett Smith and the way she continues to embarrass her husband and let the general public in on their private life.
I think if Pac had survived Vegas, he and Will would have ended up being really good friends.
It's almost like being a prisoner of war at this point, just being waterboarded by all of this torturous information that she keeps exposing. And now there is a new version of Jada dropping, and she might honestly be even worse the way she just exposed her husband. But to understand this story, you have to go back to the 1995 NBA draft, where the Warriors selected a power forward named Joe Smith as their #1 pick.
The Naismith Player of the Year, the #1 pick in the entire draft. Is this a dream come true, or is this an unbelievable surprise?
It's a dream come true. More than a surprise. I worked very hard for it.
Obviously being drafted first, this man had a lot of hype around his name, but never really reached that superstar status. But I will say he did have a very serviceable career. He actually became what you would call a journeyman to the fullest extent, becoming one of the most traded players in league history during his 16-year stint, playing for 12 different teams in total. And after he left the NBA, he would go on to coach and even meet a woman named Kesha Chavez. And that's where we get into the thick of it with today's video, as she has now gone on a campaign that has Jada smiling somewhere in her crystal room of her mansion. And you guys already know what's going on just reading the caption. Ex-NBA player Joe Smith finds out that his wife has an OF. So this was apparently a secret in their relationship that she's been dropping her panties for some online shekels.
Stupid, yo. I can't believe I'm sitting here just finding out you got a pay. Out of all these years, yo, the disrespect that comes with it, that you couldn't even talk to me before you did it, that's bullshit, yo. That's up, Keisha. I'm telling you, yo, that's up.
Wait, no, calm, but you're not gonna say me, or if that's up, it's not up.
You recording me? What you doing?
Listen.
I mean, just off the bat, she's already giving me the same vibes that Jada was given when she was recording Will without his permission, talking about their relationship.
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
If you could film me.
Astaire, come help us again, please.
I'm still dealing with foolishness.
My social media presence is my bread and butter, okay? So you can't just use me for social media and not, you know, don't just start I'm standing in my house.
Like, if you're not in danger, recording your partner during some sort of argument is obviously just toxic as hell.
It's not up, and we're going to, okay, look, so I have a page, and he's mad because he's just now finding out about it.
Of course I'm mad when you just finding out about it.
I'm not doing it with anybody but myself, so why should I have to tell you my choice, my body, my choice?
Your partner, you're supposed to come to me and talk to
Joe, I've been talking to you about mad things. I've been asking for solutions to shit. You're not giving me none, so I created one.
That's no solution. Not in my book. That's no solution.
You knew who the I was when you met me.
Before,
yeah.
And what she's talking about there when she says, you knew who I was before you met me, she's talking about in the past when she was actually a porn star. And it's one of those things, like they say, oh, you could take the kid out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the kid. It's like, oh, you can take the women out the streets, you can pull her out of the gutter, but you can't take the streets out of the woman. And does that change the way you guys feel about this whole situation? Like, should he just know what time it is? Should he still be upset if people could readily find these videos of her getting piped out online, even if they are like a decade old?
Yeah, I knew that.
Thought that I would never have to go back to anything like this again. But unfortunately, that's not the case right now.
After that, everything's supposed to change.
Everything did change.
No. Obviously it hasn't.
No, it had to. I had to do something.
Hasn't. You stood out there showing your body. You stood out there doing stuff like this on camera.
You act like that's the only thing that I do. I have mad jobs, but they're not facilitating everything that needs to be done. So I got something extra. Be breaking me off. What the?
Come on, Keisha, with that. It don't matter what they breaking you off. It's the disrespect that comes with it.
What disrespect?
You couldn't come and talk to me about it.
Okay, well, we're talking about it now.
Because I had to find out on the fly.
And keep in mind, on her public Instagram page, on her public Twitter, she had been sharing links to this OF page like no other, advertising with pictures of her out, while Joe was over here teaching motherfuckers how to bounce a basketball.
All right then, but now, okay,
no,
so wait.
I had to find out on the fly.
So now you know.
Yeah, now I know.
Okay.
No, why did that seem like a scene from a BET movie?
Now I know.
Okay. And so?
I mean, I won't lie to you guys, this ain't even close to Will's table talk moment where he had to discuss his wife getting piped out by his son's friend, but it's still a pretty bad look. And so this is where the real expose begins, as she went on TMZ to give this sort of tell-all interview where she basically insinuates that her husband is a bum. Keep in mind at this point he has left and apparently he is like staying with his sister after that last video went viral.
How long is the account? Have you had the page?
I've had the page for at least over a year. It's on my Instagram and my LinkedIn, but that's what happens when you don't pay attention to your wife. Period.
So she's had the page for a whole year, she's been advertising it like crazy, and it just came across this guy's attention after one of his friends said, "Hey, you see what your wife is doing online?" Here she dives into more details about their financial issues.
It's no secret Joe's financial issues. You know, not everybody's hustle and drive are the same. So, you know, I've been just like, you know, supporting and dealing and going through his trials and tribulations with him.
So she's basically saying that she had to boss up and take care of the both of them because Joe didn't want to take the lead, and he fell into a bit of a depression after his playing days were over. And this is not something that's rare for professional and even like college athletes to have this depression set in once you realize you're done playing, and it's like, that's kind of been their entire life, so what are they gonna do now? And this guy was no scrub, okay? He made like $60 million during his NBA career, but apparently he blew a lot of that money MC Hammer style, trying to live a extremely luxurious lifestyle that would rival that of a like Saudi prince. So not only did he make that bad decision, but then you go and wife up a woman who has videos online of her getting piped out. I mean, this guy might be the king of making dumb decisions.
He won't do it, so I had to. And I'm sorry, you knew I was an adult video star when you met me. So if my survival, if I would do anything for my own survival then, what makes you think that would change now?
What you guys think? Is she out here cooking? Is this woman spitting facts? I mean, I guess to me it all just really depends. Like if there was some sort of agreement, like once they got married, like, hey, you're never gonna go back to that lifestyle, right? And then she was doing this behind his back, you know, maybe at a secret bank account she's funneling that dirty money into. That's kind of a different story. But I guess if they never had that agreement, I mean, hey, an old dog can only learn so many new tricks, right? Here she starts talking about all these different businesses she has, how she's just a true hustler, saying that her husband Joe even works for her.
I have a moving company, you know, that he actually works for me. Like he works for my moving company. You know, I'm tired of being the one to figure shit out. So I'm tired of living minimal, you know? It's not fair.
And I'm sure for the first couple of years that they met, they were living a maximum lifestyle. The guys still probably had quite a bit of money. They were still living this life of luxury, and now they've probably had to really downsize their entire life. And she's sick of that shit, okay? She wants caviar, she wants the Birkin bag. And to me, this is the craziest part of the interview. This is where she's really like hitting him below the belt. I mean, she's already basically said that he can't provide, which is like what men are supposed to do in this world pretty much. And now she really hits him where it hurts, talking about his underwhelming NBA career.
And I don't understand how you could have had such a maximized life and be so content. This is ridiculous. But we've been together for almost 13 years though. We've been together since 2012. Like after his retirement, and it really wasn't a retirement that he wanted. It was a forced retirement because he just got locked out after the lockout in the 2011 lockout, you guys remember. Right. You know, he just never got a new job. Nobody wanted him anymore.
I mean, she's making it sound like they threw that boy in the trash and she had to go pick him out of there. Like at the end of the day, your chance of even being capable of making the NBA is like 1 in a million, and for you to play 16 years in the league is like a 1 in a billion chance. So for a player's wife to write off his career like this is pretty sad. And so then I went and did some investigating on her actual Twitter page, where she's out here posting things like this. She talking about FaceTime, okay? So for 1 to 30 minutes of FaceTime, she wants $100. 60 minutes, she wants that $200. And then she's offering to send you dirty messages all day for $50. Like, why am I gonna pay $200 to talk to you for an hour when we can just get right to it, get right to the virtual deed? And this one might be the craziest to me, okay? She's offering unlimited access to these dirty messages for a whole year for $2,000. Like, our society today is just disgraceful. This is a married woman. Like, Joe, how did you not know this, dude? This is all over her Twitter page, it's all over her Instagram. I'm sure guys were just hitting up her phone constantly. And this is where things get hilarious. She says, I don't usually ask for help, but please share if you cannot donate. And it leads to this website that I'd never heard of called Fund My Travel. And she says, back to Cape Verde, a journey to preserve a future legacy. And she's out here asking people for $8,500. And are you guys ready to see the whopping amount of donations that she's raked in? $0. Exactly how it should be. And let's read her little story, shall we? She says, my name is Kesha Chavi, and for the past 2 years she's been away from this cherished home. I am in the process of paying off the property that I dream will be a legacy for future generations of my family. But right now I need to go back and check on it and ensure its preservation. I'm reaching out to friends, family, and kind strangers to help me make this vital journey a reality. 3 years ago I embarked on a journey that took me to Cape Verde. During this visit, I fell in love and started the process of purchasing my very first home. Since then, I've been working hard to pay off a property that holds a special place in my heart. I mean, let's be honest, guys. How dumb do you have to be for your very first home purchase to be some sort of vacation home in another country? Like, you're telling me you're out here struggling with the bills at home, so you have to sell your body online, when you could literally just sell this home and collect your check and have less bills to worry about. But instead you want to ask strangers online for $8,000. And this woman even has a book, okay? I can't even show you the cover because it is explicit, but it's called A Prayer, A Prelude to Success. Like, Joe, what the hell were you thinking, man? This book has 7 ratings. That's less than 1 per year. But I want to know what you guys think about this entire situation down below. Who do you think's in the right here and who do you think's in the wrong? Do you think he should just known that, like, given her past, this would be a possibility in the future? For me, I just don't really understand why you would record someone in that moment or record an argument in general. But y'all let me know what you guys think down below. What a crazy society we live in today. But as always, I do want to thank you guys for watching the video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other embarrassed husbands out here need to be covered, so I'm out. Peace!